Hi everyone, Janie here. Welcome back to my garden. It's kind of a weird day today. It's already like 3 o'clock and this is actually the first time I've been outside today. My daughter she was sick. We've had a really kind of rough year with sicknesses this year, just colds and stuff like that. But her cold was so bad. It was so bad last night and so bad this morning. I thought I was going to have to take her into the doctor's office. So I canceled all my plans today and I've just been spending all day inside with her. She seems to be doing a little bit better now. So I decided to come out and get a little bit of work done, but I don't want to do anything big just in case she starts feeling bad and I need to go back inside. So anyway, that's how my morning has been. Then the other thing is over the weekend, it's actually Monday right now. Over the weekend, we had a huge rainstorm, like completely abnormal for April. Big rainstorm. I don't know how, I think we got over an inch of rain, like an inch and a half of rain or something like that. And I know when I say that, probably a lot of you are like, oh, that's nothing. But for us here, it's not supposed to rain pretty much after March. We're not supposed to get any rain. So it's great for the garden, but it did knock over a whole bunch of my plants. I tried to clean up a little bit before the rain was coming. But this area back here is just a disaster. So I thought this might be a good thing to tackle today. That would be pretty easy. I can stop halfway through if I absolutely need to go back inside, and just kind of clean up some of the mess. So this is literally the first time I've been out here looking at everything since all the rain happened. Because it was raining, I didn't come and water any of these plants, and I can feel they definitely need water. So I'll have to come in and water these. But look at the Kniphofia. That's blooming. That's looking really good. Let me see these. And of course the weeds are going crazy. They're not too bad. So for those of you newbie gardeners out there, a lot of you guys ask about watering. The best way to know if you need to water a plant or not is to stick your finger down into the plant. And if you stick it down to probably like your first or second knuckle or something, if it feels wet, then you don't need to water it. If it feels dry, then you do need to water it. And when I first started doing this, and I used to stick my finger in the plants, I would be like, I don't know if that's wet or dry. The more you do it, the more you'll get used to the feeling of wet soil versus dry soil. And trust me, you will get used to it and you will start to know. And then you can do that for your landscape as well. And that's truly the best way to tell if something needs to be watered or not. Like these guys are good. They don't need to be watered. My lavender is kinda bare. Probably could do for a watering. We did have a lot of wind as well, so a lot of things got knocked over. This needs watering for sure. I got these two for the pots up by the front gazebo. I need to plant those. And then just a bunch of my annuals. Those need watering as well. Oh, these guys fell over too. Gosh, not being outside all morning, I completely misread the temperature outside. I'm way too hot for this. I gotta go change real quick. All right, much better. I just checked the temperature and it's 67 degrees out. So I don't know why I thought it was cold. It's not cold. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful day after a very stormy weekend. So anyway, you can see behind me, everything back here is kind of a mess. I mean, we definitely have just a lot of plant delivery stuff that I haven't broken down and I haven't put away. I have like a sweatshirt. I think I saw a coffee cup somewhere. This is just what happens during the spring. We just get so focused, and by we, I mean me, get so focused on planting and the blooms and everything that's going on that I just kind of leave a mess in my wake. And I really need to stop and I need to try and clean it up. Usually I'm good for about the first week. I stay organized and then it just, I mean, you can see there's my gardening wagon right by the organics bin. So like ready to get cleaned up, but I didn't actually get to it. So anyway, I need to address this, but more importantly, what I need to do today is address my plants. So I'm going to do that first. This is my plant stash. I get all these plants from Proven Winners, which is absolutely lovely. But all of these plants have a home. They have a specific spot that they need to go, a project that I need to do, something that I need to do with all of these plants. And when things are kind of chaotic, like they're in the spring, sometimes things can kind of get mixed up. I might be doing another project and think, oh man, 3 more of these Supertunias would look really good here. And, so I kind of steal from other projects. And then I'm kicking myself when I go to try and find what I need to find. So what I need to do is I need to go through and I need to reorganize everything, consolidate all the plants, and really get all these plants that are down on the driveway up, if I can, up on my plant tables, because when they're down on the driveway, they dry out very, very quickly. And I've been watering them pretty much once a day, but sometimes twice a day if it got really warm. So it'd be really nice to only have to do it once a day and not worry about them as much. So that's what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make sure all of these are watered after our rainy weekend. I haven't watered them since last Thursday, but as you saw, some of them need water, some of them don't need water. So I basically have to check all of them. And then I'm just going to start organizing and checking my schedule and making sure I have all the plants I need for each project, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully this is not too boring for you guys, but this is kind of real life and it's something that I can do while my daughter's sick inside. So it's easy to stop halfway through if I need to. Oh, I just noticed a victim of the rainstorm. This guy snapped off. That's too bad. That's okay. I don't think I'm going to be leaving these here this year. I think I'm going to be replacing them with something else, but that is for a later date. And then while I'm back here, I just have to show you how beautiful my Geranium Matarense looks. It has been blooming for so long. I love this plant so very much, and I just have to get it on camera because I just think it's beautiful. Looking good. I'm getting all the plants watered and consolidated. They look great. And then if you guys have ever noticed behind me, this fence back here is literally falling apart. I mean, it is a complete mess. And there's I shouldn't say one. There's a couple reasons why. And it's because of these guys that are a part of that pack. And sometimes they get stuck back here. And then they just start kicking the fence like they're doing over there to that fence. And I've talked to my neighbors before about putting a wire fence in front of it. You guys, get out of here. This is just, Monty freaks out. He cannot handle it. Go away. Go away. There you go. Oh, I don't know. It's so frustrating. They have done so much damage. We've replaced so many fence boards back here. It is such a disaster, but it's kind of like, do you want to replace a fence that's just going to get broken again? I don't know. I haven't gotten to the point yet where I'm annoyed enough to really do something about it, because that doesn't happen all the time. And they're supposed to be behind that other gate, but there's so many I mean, I don't even know if they're gaps. I think they just literally kick through all the fences there are. And I think these neighbors just don't know how to keep them contained. And the goats that I have over on the other side of the property, they know how to keep those goats contained, but they've even gotten out before. I think it's just goats. It's so funny. Goats are Jason's nemesis. If you guys didn't know this about him, we should have him talk about it on camera one time. It's hilarious. He grew up on a dairy farm and grew up around cows, but then they also had goats, and he absolutely hates goats. And this is one of the reasons why he absolutely hates goats. This bothers him so much. So I'm sure we will address it one day, especially whenever we get to the point that we really want to replace the fence, because I don't want to replace the fence and then have them kick down the fence again. Right now, we're just replacing boards as they kick them down as they get out of their property. So anyway, just thought I'd show you our neighbors on this side. Very fun. So I managed to get all the annuals from the driveway picked up and placed on the plant tables, which is great. I think that they're going to be much happier over here. I do have a couple over here on this side, but most of them are over here. The ones that can handle more shade are underneath and up against the fence. This is a north-facing fence, so it gets a lot more shade. And then I did take some of the shrubs and put them back here this is our pump house. This is our well pump house behind the chicken coop. So I've got some of them back here. And now I just have these perennials up here that I think I just want to move a little bit closer so that they're a little bit more consolidated. And honestly, I want to get most of these planted up pretty darn quickly, but some of them I have to wait because I can't do the project until like end of May or something like that. So some of them are going to be here for a little while, like longer than I want them to be here, but like these guys, I think I'm not going to be able to plant until a little bit later, but I think I might hook these up to drip back here because we do have a drip line that runs right along the side of this fence, and I can kind of hook them up to drip and just get them watered completely regularly, even though I have to say I've been doing a pretty good job staying on top of watering this year. So they all look pretty good, pretty happy. So I was able to get the rest of my perennials moved, the plants all watered, and the area cleaned up a little bit before I felt like I needed to go back inside and take care of my daughter. But I was happy that I had a chance to even get outside. But the next day, I continued on with the cleaning of our carport area. I put all the cardboard, broke it all down, and put it in my car so that I could take it to our local landfill, which does cardboard recycling, and then just kind of cleaned up the rest of the stuff that's really been accumulating and needs to be cleaned up. Then I decided I wanted to plant up the 3 planters in front of my metal workshop. I like how these planters look with these thuyas in them, and I actually planted these thuyas over the winter time, actually right around Christmas, because I got these thuyas on a great deal at a big box store, Home Depot, where they're 50% off just a couple days before Christmas, kind of like their on sale living Christmas trees. Then for the winter time and early spring, I did plant some primrose around them. They didn't last that long because we got really warm really fast this year. So I took those out and I decided to plant up what's called the Laugh at Life recipe. And it's kind of my take on the Laugh at Life recipe. This recipe has Truffula pink gomphrena, and it's supposed to have Supertunia royal magenta and some red fountain grass. But I didn't have royal magenta, but I did have Supertunia vista fuchsia. So I planted some Supertunia vista fuchsia. And then, of course, instead of the red fountain grass or purple fountain grass, I have my thuyas. And I think that they're going to look really pretty here and give a nice, beautiful pop of color in front of the metal workshop. That's not the prettiest thing, but these planters really decorate it and really make it something really pretty to look at. Okay, so yesterday I was telling everybody about how much you love goats and how they're your favorite animal and how we're thinking about getting some one day.
Nope.
So tell everybody why goats are your
the worst animal
what do you call them? Your arch nemesis?
They're the worst.
Why?
I can't stand them.
Why?
Because my sister had them when we were growing up.
She did 4-H?
Yeah.
Or farmer, what do you call it?
FFA, but it was, I don't even know if she had them. It was just, she just liked them.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Like, just pets, basically.
Uh-huh.
And they always got out.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would go, we had like a half-mile dirt driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And they would go down the end of the driveway. And then I would get home and then I'd have to try to get them back in, and they're the most stubborn animals ever. They literally, like, I spent so much time trying to grab the goats and herd them back up. And like I'd get home from work like after high school or whatever, and it's just no.
And you just love them.
And
then we moved to a property that has goats on one side and goats on the other side. And these goats, they got out and started knocking on our fence again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. All they do is make trouble. That's it.
So no goats for us.
No goats. That's all they do. And they climb on you if they get out. Remember I told you about Ryan's car?
No. Your best friend.
Yeah, my best friend growing up had a hot rod Mustang.
Uh-oh.
And they got out, and he walked out, and they were on top of the hood of his car. And his eyes were so like wide.
Like, how dare
It's like, oh no.
So no goats for us.
No goats.
We'll have chickens, we'll have cats, we'll have
You have wide range, wide berth, but no goats.
Of anything else other than goats. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a chance to get in your garden today.